Hey genderqueer chat, it's Stacy, and today's been a really long day. So, um, this week's topic is, I think, common misconceptions about genderqueers. And I am going to start out by saying, genderqueer really isn't very common right now, but I think there are a lot of misconceptions out there, so I'm just going to address a few of them in this video. I don't imagine this will be a very long video. As I said, today's been a really long day. I need to stop making these videos after work or something. Anyway, so the first misconception that I think I hear or see a lot of is people thinking that gender and sexuality are the same. And that's really not true. And I'm not sure why those lines are really blurred, because I think that a lot of gay and lesbian people, bisexual people, have really made a lot of progress in the last few years, in the last decade really. So it's not like people aren't aware of sexuality. Those terms have been around a lot longer than gender-related terms such as genderqueer or even transgender. Transgender is something that is starting to get a lot of recognition now, but hadn't in previous years. So I can understand people being confused a little bit about gender, but I really am not sure why a lot of people really blur the lines of gender and sexuality. So I think that would probably be the number one misconception that I run into. The second would be, I think when people hear the term genderqueer, they think transgender. And genderqueer and transgender is kind of under the same umbrella, but it is not the same. So there are some transgender genderqueers as well. So that's not completely off base, but it's not completely accurate either. Genderqueer is, to me, is more about recognizing the gender spectrum, and a lot of transgender people are staying within the binary. Not all, but a lot of transgender people are going from male to female or female to male. Now there are some who, kind of, blur that a little bit, but to me, genderqueer is more about, living within that gray area and outside of the binary. I'm trying to read my notes here. Oh, okay, another misconception, I think Joe mentioned this earlier. If you're genderqueer, you cannot look or behave like as your assigned sex. I don't know if I worded that right, but say you're born with a vagina and all of that, and you are given female at birth, right? So that's your assigned sex, you're female. Now there are a lot of stereotypes that go along with being female, such as long hair, dresses, things like that. And someone who is, had female assigned to them at birth, who has long hair and wears dresses and does things that are stereotypically female, I don't think people realize that those people can still identify as genderqueer, just because they look more binary, I guess, or I don't want to say stereotypical, but I guess for lack of a better word, I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone out here, but just because someone looks more like their stereotyped assigned sex doesn't mean that they're not genderqueer. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So I hope that made sense. And another, and I'm not sure why I have this fourth on my list, but, the last item I really have here that I see as a misconception about genderqueers, or about being genderqueer, is, that is more of a misconception about gender in general. I think actually the number one most common misconception about gender is that you can only have be male or female. You can only work within that binary. So, I mean, I don't really think I need to elaborate here because I think we elaborate on that every day, but that would probably be the number one misconception about being genderqueer, is that, that people only live within the binary, which is completely untrue, as we are proving on this channel. Alright, so yeah, it's about 6 minutes, so yeah, pretty short video. I don't have the questions up in front of me. I think the bonus question this week had to do with time travel. I think it was, sorry, I'm shaking my camera here. I think the question was, if you could time travel, where would you go, or something like that. And I thought about that because there are a few civilizations that I'm very interested in, so I thought, oh, maybe I'd go back and experience that. But I think I would want to go somewhere to a time where things were not corrupt, because right now our environment is so spoiled, politics, business, society is so backwards and corrupt, it's not even funny. And I would really like to see the world in a more pure form. So whether that be, early human civilization or pre-human or whatever that would be, I would think I would want to see the earth in, I guess, its purest form, without pollution or, depleting natural resources and whatnot. So, yep. Alright, I will see you guys next week.